Welcome back, my friends, to the Midnight Express channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome, my friends. This channel is dedicated to spirituality and enlightenment. I hope you resonate with my content and benefit from the information I present. Let's get started. In this video, we dive into detachment from external reality. When we think about detachment, we often imagine someone who is uninterested in the world, someone who has withdrawn from life and doesn't care what happens. But true detachment is not about withdrawing, it's about awareness. It's being fully present and engaged with life while recognizing that our happiness is not dependent on external circumstances. It's a state of mind that allows us to experience life's ups and downs without being overwhelmed or carried away. So here are 10 reminders to help you stay detached from external reality. Number 1. Perception is filtered. Our senses filter the world for us. We only perceive a small sliver of what's out there. So much of what we think we know is actually just an interpretation of a few sensory inputs. Our brains fill in the blanks based on our past experiences and expectations. This means that everyone's reality is slightly different based on their unique sensory and cognitive abilities. Number 2. The illusion of permanence. Nothing is permanent. Everything changes. Even the things that seem most solid and unchanging are in a constant state of flux. Detachment means accepting this impermanence and not getting too attached to the way things are now. Number 3. Outcome attachment breeds suffering. When we become too attached to specific outcomes, we set ourselves up for suffering. Because we can't control what happens, we can only control our actions. And even then, we can't be sure what the consequences will be. Detachment requires letting go of our need to control outcomes and accepting whatever happens with grace. Number 4. The self is the observer, not the actor. We like to think of ourselves as the agents of our own destiny, but the truth is we're more like passengers on a bus. We can choose the bus route to some extent, but once we're on the bus, we're at the mercy of traffic and other factors beyond our control. In the same way, we can't actually control what happens to us. We can only control our reactions to what happens. The key to detachment is recognizing this and focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, rather than what we can't. Number 5. Energy flows where attention goes. Our attention is a form of energy. When we give our attention to something, we're giving it energy. This means that whatever we focus on expands. If we're constantly focused on the negative, on what we don't have or what's wrong, we'll just create more negativity in our lives. But if we focus on the positive, on what we do have and what's right, we'll create more positivity. Detachment means being mindful of where we're giving our energy and making sure we're not fueling the very things we're trying to avoid. Number 6. External events are reflective, not directive. What happens externally is a reflection of what's happening internally. Our external circumstances are not directing us. They're simply mirroring what's already within us. This means that when things get tough, it's not because our circumstances are bad. It's because there's something within us that needs to be addressed. Detachment means looking inward when things get tough instead of blaming external circumstances. Number 7. Freedom through surrender. When we surrender to what is, we become free. We stop fighting against reality and start working with it. This doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting the situation we're in and taking positive action from that point. Detachment means recognizing that we can't control everything and learning to surrender to the things we can't. Number 8. Reality is a dream. Our waking lives are like a dream. They're full of sensory inputs that create the illusion of a solid, permanent reality. But when we detach, we begin to see that this is just an illusion. We realize that everything is impermanent and that our happiness is not dependent on external circumstances. From this perspective, the only thing that's real is consciousness itself, and we can choose to identify with that instead of with the temporary, ever-changing forms that appear within it. Number 9. Presence is the portal. When we're present, we're fully engaged with what's happening in this moment. We're not thinking about the past or worrying about the future. We're just here now. Being present is the key to detachment because it allows us to fully experience life without judgment or evaluation. When we're present, we're open to whatever happens, and we can respond to it in a flexible, skillful way. Number 10. Inner reality is the source. Our inner reality is the source of our experience. What we think, feel, and believe creates our reality. If we're constantly thinking negative thoughts, feeling anxious or insecure, our outer circumstances will reflect that. But if we cultivate positive thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, we'll create a positive outer reality. Detachment means realizing that we're the source of our experience and taking responsibility for creating the life we want. In conclusion, detachment is not about giving up on life or becoming uninterested in the world around us. It's about recognizing that our happiness is not dependent on external circumstances and cultivating a deep sense of inner peace and freedom. By following the 10 reminders we've discussed today, you can learn to live a life of detachment and experience the profound peace and joy that comes with it. Thank you for watching. If this topic resonates with you, please consider subscribing to the channel to continue our journey together. Let's do this.